What's going on, guys? Nathan Labarda here with Lambo Media, joined by special guest JC Flowers for the IWL Challenge. JC is currently in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization and is a Florida State alum. Thank you for joining, JC. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining. So first and foremost, you were named to the 2019 All-ACC first team as a relief pitcher, and that same year you were named to the 2019 All-ACC third team as an outfielder. How are you able to stay consistent in the outfield, on the bump, and at the dish that whole season?
It's just something I've always done my whole life. I've always been just very athletic, been able to play multiple positions. So just using my athletic ability to my advantage and just going out there and having fun, and I guess the success followed.
Do you think your athleticism helped you on the bump as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because that was my first time pitching since my freshman year of college. So I think just being able to stay athletic and just use my quick twitch fibers, I've just been able to just just been able to stay consistent on the mound and at the plate.
Right. So, how do you think your ability to pitch and play outfield both at the same time helped your recruitment process and where you were selected in the draft?
I think it helps tremendously. Just being an athlete in general, just I feel like gives you more leeway, allows you to be more versatile, allows teams and coaches to be able to put you in different positions. So I think that helped me with not only my recruiting process, but also the draft process.
Right. So, can you tell me a little bit about the recruitment process and draft process for you?
Yeah, my recruitment process was, I would say, a little different than the average person, just because of I was also getting offers in football as well out of high school. So I think that was a big thing for me because growing up, I always wanted to play two sports in college. So that was a big thing for me. And I ended up signing to the University of Kentucky out of high school and was supposed to go there and ended up having some coaching changes, so I had to submit my release in the NCAA portal, and then a couple of days later, I met with Mike Martin Jr. and the rest is history.
Yeah. So, why'd you decide to focus on baseball only rather than baseball and football?
I think it was more so just the reality of it, just the workload, and I had to keep it realistic with myself what I was gonna be able to do. So, and baseball was always my first love, so I just decided to go with baseball.
That's cool. So, not only were you drafted out of college, but you were also drafted out of high school.
hmm
What made you decide to commit to Florida State and play college ball before going into the MLB?
I think the biggest factor behind that was just allowing myself to mature more. I feel like out of high school, being 18 years old and having to, if you're able to have the opportunity to go play pro baseball, that's a big step. Just because you're competing with grown men at the end of the day. So for me, it was just about maturing my body and just maturing mentally.
Right. Congrats on getting drafted out of high school.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh, of course. So, like you said earlier, you didn't even pitch your freshman and sophomore year of college at FSU. How did you adapt to pitching again so smoothly your junior year of college?
Um, I would have to say it was honestly for me, pitching is just like playing catch. It's any other thing, The name of the game is for me to throw a strike, and the name of the game for the batter is to hit the ball. So I mean, I think a big adjustment period for me was just getting back used to people getting hits off me and having tough ABs because I wasn't used to that. But yeah, I just know I love baseball, and that's just at the end of the day, pitching is a part of the game, and I love it. So.
So your freshman and sophomore year of colleges, were you still throwing bullpens, or were you solely focusing on hitting and outfield?
It was solely focused on hitting an outfield. I had never stepped on the mound until the fall of my junior year.
Yeah, that's crazy how well you adapted to pitching so well.
Nah, yeah, it surprised me too a little bit, and then once I got back into the groove of things, it was just like riding a bike.
Right. So, arguably one of your most impressive games of your career thus far was in the 2019 World Series. I'm sure you definitely remember this. The emotions were probably
Oh
running
yeah.
high in the game. It was a game against Arkansas. It really started early in the game, in the bottom of the second, when you made that incredible, fearless catch leaping into the outfield wall, and then your emotions really started running, I'm sure, in the ninth inning. In the top of the ninth, you scored the game-winning run to put your team up against Arkansas 1-0, and you ran straight to the dugout after scoring, put your stuff away, ran to the pen, got ready to relieve the game, and then you went on to save that game and win 1-0.
Yeah.
What were your throughout that game, and especially in the ninth inning?
That was one of the, I can say, one of the craziest games I've ever played in, just because of the atmosphere and the magnitude of the game. SEC ACC rivalry. After the catch, the game it was a pretty good game, the whole game. It was actually fun to watch. I got to see Drew Parrish throw a gem, and then their guy Isaiah Campbell was throwing his fuel, so it was fun to watch. And yeah, like you said, the the momentum just started even when I got hit in the top of the ninth. I got hit by a pitch, and then ended up it was a hit and run, and I slid into the shortstop and broke that up. So it was just a inning full of emotions, and I guess that's something I was kind of used to, being able to two-way the whole year, just always knowing I have to be ready. So after I scored that run, I just knew that next thing I had to do is get to that bullpen and try to get the save for the team.
Right. So that was an insane catch you had in the second. How'd that feel?
I can't even say like I was hyped, because I knew I could do it. It was just one of those things that I knew I had room, and I knew there was nothing that was going to stop me from catching it. So it was okay.
Physically?
Yeah,
How,
physically it was okay.
no, and after that, weren't you sore or no?
No, I was fine. I think playing football helped me learn how to take a hit.
For sure. For sure. So you've gotten a slight taste of spring training as well in the majors. What has been the biggest takeaway from your experience at spring training thus far?
Biggest takeaway. Biggest takeaway. That's a good question. My biggest takeaway would be that pro ball is a lot different than college. At the end of the day, everyone's good and everyone's competing for a job. So you gotta learn that it's survival of the fittest at the end of the day.
Right.
That was my biggest takeaway.
For sure, for sure. How is it playing with the upper guys that are in upper levels?
It's good. It's just like anything. I try to translate it to college. It's kind of just like being a freshman, and then you see juniors and seniors. It's the same thing. You see guys with more experience, and I feel like your job as a young guy is to try to pick their brains and try to see what they know, because obviously they've been at this level longer than you. So there might be a little thing you can pick up on that could just help your game that much better, make it that much better. So
for sure, that's definitely understandable.
So
that wraps up all my questions for this IWL Challenge interview. Who are you selecting for this IW Challenge?
For this IW Challenge, I remember I wrote it to you, but I know I want DL Hall, and let's go with Quentin Holmes with the Indians.
For sure. And I will also be officially nominating two guys, Cole Tucker and Kumar Rocker.
Okay.
I appreciate you coming on. I wish you all the best in the rest of your career, and stay safe and healthy. And thank you for joining.
Thank you, Nathan. You too.
For sure.